the country. There's gold in them hills and I'm gonna find it. It's a sight to see, you can't believe how the color of gold makes you lose control. Well, there's gold in them hills and I've got the fever. And there ain't no other place that I'd rather be.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Gold Fever Adventures. I'm here in Arizona. It's, I don't know what morning it is. Sun hasn't even come out yet. It's already kind of balmy. It's calling for a chance of rain today. So I thought I'd better get out to the desert and do me something before any rains come in, if you know what I mean, because I don't want to get wet. So you know what I'm going to do today? I've got me one of these little portable rock crushers. Runs on a little grinder battery here. So I'm going to go to the desert and look for some rocks. You know, those special rocks, the ones that could have some gold in them. I think I know where I'm going to go, up by an old mine that found some gold there before. And maybe look for some of those special rocks and bring them back here. Then I'm going to crush them up. I'll show you how this grinder works, and we'll talk about that there. So that's what I'm going to do today. But I want to thank you guys stopping by and sharing in these adventures. If you're one of my subscribers, hey, thanks for subscribing. And if you're not, I hope you'll consider subscribing to the channel. But anyway, so let's go out and get some rocks, and let's just go for another adventure. And thanks for coming along. You know, not every wash or every mountain range has gold in it. You would think it would. You'd think there'd be gold everywhere, but that's not true. So there are certain signs you got to look for to try to find that elusive gold. And I'll show you a couple of those signs right now.
A good way to help you find more gold is to look at the high mountains or hills in front of you. Over time, with weathering and flash floods, they bring the gold down into the lower washes. Look for the sands, gravels, quartz, and larger rocks. Then find those spots where the heavy gold will drop out of the flow of the water and get lodged into the cracks.
I walk around, I see little pieces of quartz laying around off the ground. You notice there's not a lot, though. There's not a lot of that quartz laying around. It's very sparse and very few and in between you find any of the quartz laying around. See a little outcropping maybe popped up right there and then kind of fractured and broke apart. You get down in them washes, you see that bedrock right there, but you just don't really see a lot of quartz around. You don't really see a lot of rock. You know, it's more like a shell rock is what it is. Not a lot of round rocks. Not a lot of round rocks. That's usually not a good sign. But right over here, now you see this brownish red dirt? Well, they mined this. This is where I'm going to get some of my samples at right here. Some of this pretty red stained, iron stained. I'm just going to get some of these here. There's a lot of these laying all over here. Let's go grab a handful of these. You see it's got quartz in it. You can see the difference right here. They just cut this all out right here. But they stopped right there. They didn't go any further. They took the heart of this out.
The old-timers would often do cuts or prospects to see what the ground looked like under the surface. If they found any gold deposits or quartz veins, or if any assays came back favorable, they would remove it. They would follow the veins until they played out.
And here's your famous trumpet plants right there. They love mineralization. Well, I picked it off of 3 sides of this, this little cut. I got some on that side and this side and some in the middle. So I took some samples from 3 different sides of this cut right here. And well, now I guess I'll take them back and we'll crush them and we'll see if there's any gold in it. Yeah. Well, made it back. Got my bunch of rocks here. Now I'm gonna crush them up. Let me show you this grinder that I got. It's actually kind of slick. It's a Ryobi cordless grinder, and they've attached this rock crusher onto it. Just uses standard batteries. Batteries, I don't know how long they last. Maybe 10 minutes or something. They don't last a whole long when you're grinding that chain like that. So you got to have a lot of, extra batteries around, but you can buy extra batteries, on the chargers to charge them up with. But it's just a standard, just another one that I've got with the grinder on it. But just standard Ryobi. They just take that thing off and then attach that thing to it. It's pretty slick, actually. I've owned this rock crusher, I don't know, 4 or 5 years maybe more. The only thing I've ever had to do to this thing, I had to replace this chain once upon a time, but that was it. Other than that, it's been pretty reliable. So let's crush these rocks up. Okay, one thing about it is, it doesn't have a huge opening, so a lot of these I'm gonna have to crush up even more, or just find some of the smaller ones. I don't want to start with some of these smaller ones right here. Put them through here first. Let's get a handful of them on out of here. That's good. Okay, now I'm just going to drop them in here. I'd probably about, I don't know, 1 inch and something in diameter you can put in there of rock, so it can house pretty good size. Put all of these in here. See what happens. I'll overload it. That one I dropped over there. Okay, let's see, here we go. Probably want to hold this shut. I'm going to have to set the phone down and grind this, I guess, somehow. Put some more in here. See if there's any more little ones I can put in here. See, I really overloaded it. There's a lot of powder there. A lot of powder there. We take some of these bigger ones, put that in here. I think I got me a nice little sample of this here. I'll get rid of some of these bigger ones. I'm gonna go pan this out. Let's go pan this out, see what we get. All right, let's just pan this out right here. Nice red dirt. See how reddish that stuff is compared to anything else. It's mighty red. Let's look here. Let's look there. Oh, there's a piece of gold in there. Look at that. I saw gold in there right there. See that? There's a couple little small little specks in there. I don't know if you can see them. That's a nice little piece there. But there's a little speck there. Little couple specks there. Couple specks there. Couple specks there. That one's not a little bad little piece though, huh? A lot of fine powdery stuff in there. Powdery, fine powdery gold. That's what you're going to get though, I guess, when you're crushing it. It's that powdery stuff. But there was gold in there. Well, I tell you what, you definitely ain't going to get rich crushing rocks like that. That's a lot more work. But you know, just for sampling, or you know, maybe if you're in a wash and you find a piece of rock that looks good and you want to know if it came from that wash or if that wash has any gold in it, I can see it's got a purpose. But just to sit there and gather a bunch of rocks and then bring them back and crush them up like that for that type of gold, that's what the big companies do. That's what they do. You know, they crush all that stuff up. I'm not into that. So I'll just go back to what I'm doing. But hey, that rock crusher, you know, that's pretty cool though, actually. I bought that, like I said, 4 or 5 years ago. I got it when I was back east. I think I got it at Christian Gold Mine. Tammy back there, I think, sells those. I don't remember the price is $400 or $500, something like that. You'd have to check in on all of that. But anyways, I found me a little bit of gold, crushing some rocks. I got back out in good old Arizona before the, well, sun's up, before it got too hot. Anyways, thanks for coming along, sharing on these adventures. So, hey, you know what they say, please like, share, subscribe. And until our paths cross again, you guys all take care of yourself. And thanks for watching.
Living and loving, paying the bills, keeping things real, man, you know the deal. But when it's time for me to unwind, I gotta go someplace where the sun can shine. And there ain't no better place than out in the country. There's gold in them hills and I'm gonna find it. It's a sight to see, you can't believe how the color of gold makes you lose control. Well, there's gold in them hills and I've got the fever. And there ain't no other place that I'd rather be. My friends come down and enjoy hanging out, and the kids are knee deep in the sand by the creek. Yeah, we're chasing the dog, let's put another log on the fire. And it's times like these that make it all worth the while to me.